Hey everyone, it's Kayvon with Ascari Art. So I just finished this painting. You may have seen the live feed. It's beautiful, it's done, it's dry. Now the next step, there's two steps. First step is to actually sign it. So I got that done. I typically sign with a pencil. And then the second step is to seal it. So what I've got here is I've typically sealed with Krylon Kamar finish. There you go. And then once that's dry, after 2 or 3 hours, then I use UV Archival by Krylon as well. I pick the matte, which is the I378. It's actually really good. I like matte because it still gives it that watercolor, canvas, art feel. I don't like the gloss. If I wanted to do gloss, I'll do resin, but I wouldn't do resin on canvas. That's just a different thing. But besides that, so I stick with matte, and what I use is I'll use my 3M mask. And typically Krylon says to lay it flat, but I don't lay it flat. I do very light coats. I'll do the first coat in Kamar varnish, let it sit, and then I'll come back and do a second coat, very light. I'll probably do 2 or 3 coats of Kamar, and then I'll come in with the UV and just to make sure that I seal it with a Kamar, and then I'll come in with the UV and go over that once it's dry. So all right, let's do it. I'm just going back and forth off the canvas because I don't want any puddling on the canvas, so I'm going off the canvas as I go from side to side. So we're going to let this sit for a little bit. That's the light coat. And I'll go back in after it sits and make sure I go over it again. So I'm going to lay it flat after I've sprayed it. I like to lay it flat. So I'm going to let that dry. After about, I think it's about 2 or 3 hours, I'll come back and do one final coat just to make sure everything's coated. I'll look at it, make sure all the areas are coated, and then after that I'm going to use the UV. All right, I'll come back. All right. So it's been about 2 hours, and I'm going to do one more coat of it to see if it's completely covered. But I'm going to go from a diagonal now. So I'm going to start painting this way. I'm going to start coating this way so that I get an even coat instead of going from back and forth from left to right. All right. So let's do this again. See, I'm starting off my canvas as I'm coming in. So I start here and then I end here. I don't end on the canvas. And you just want a light coat. This is the third coat. Okay. Now I'm going to go this direction, so I'm going to go this way now. I'm not right-handed, so this is hard. Very light. So I'll let this sit for about 2 hours. So now the final step is UV Archival, and I've let it dry. It's dry to the touch. I probably would not push all the way down on it, but it's dry enough for me to actually apply this. So again, don't forget your mask, safety first, because this stuff it's actually pretty toxic. And I'm actually ventilated, so I'm in my garage, so that helps as well. All right, let's do it. So I'm gonna go diagonal again. Actually, you could do top to bottom if I've done left to right. I'm gonna actually do left to right first. I'm just going very light. I'll let that set for probably 5-10 minutes, and then I'll come back and do another coat, but I'll do a diagonal coat. I'll let that sit for about 15 minutes, and I'll come back and do another coat from this way, and then I'll let it dry for about 2 hours. Last coat. Going back and forth, trying to get this to coat. It is a little windy, so it's spreading. Light coats back and forth. All right, we're done. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button, and I've got some more videos coming. The next one is probably going to be really interesting. I'm going to try to do some art with the worst color combinations you could possibly pick with the inks that I have. Stay tuned.